The most unbelievable coincidences in history you won't believe happened. The Titanic's eerie prediction. In 1912, the Titanic, the unsinkable ship, tragically hit an iceberg and sank. But here's where things get chilling. 14 years earlier, an author named Morgan Robertson wrote a novel called Futility. In it, a fictional ship named Titan, also considered unsinkable, hits an iceberg and sinks. Both ships were of similar size, sank in April, and had a shortage of lifeboats. Talk about a prophetic coincidence. Lincoln and Kennedy's astonishing parallels. Two of America's most iconic presidents, Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy, share some mind-boggling coincidences. Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846, Kennedy in 1946. Lincoln became president in 1860, Kennedy in 1960. Both were assassinated on a Friday, sitting next to their wives, and their assassins were both known by three names: John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald. Both assassins were killed before their trials. Oh, coincidence or something more? Edgar Allan Poe's time-traveling novel. Edgar Allan Poe is known for his eerie tales, but one of his works seems to have predicted a real-life tragedy. In his 1838 novel, The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym, a group of shipwreck survivors draws straws to see who will be eaten. The unlucky victim is a cabin boy named Richard Parker. Fast forward to 1884, when a real shipwreck occurred. And the survivors? They also resorted to cannibalism. The victim's name? Richard Parker. Coincidence or something stranger? The Great Fire of London and the Comet Dot in 1666. A massive fire swept through London, destroying much of the city. Many Londoners believed it was a sign of the end times, especially since the Great Fire coincided with the appearance of a bright comet in the sky. This comet, visible just before the fire, fueled superstitions that divine retribution was upon. The unsinkable of Violet Jessop. Working as a ship stewardess, you're likely to encounter some unique experiences, but surviving 3 major maritime disasters is extraordinary. Violet Jessop, however, lived through just that. She was aboard the RMS Titanic when it tragically sank in 1912 and escaped on Lifeboat 16, where she was entrusted with the care of a baby. Jessop was also on the Titanic's sister ship, the Hum's Britannic, when it met a similar fate in 1916. Her lifeboat narrowly avoided being pulled into the ship's propellers, but she managed to escape by jumping into the sea. Earlier in 1911, Jessop had been aboard the third sister ship, the RMS Olympic, when it collided with a British warship. Though this incident did not result in any fatalities, Jessop lived a long life, passing away at the age of 83 in 1971 from congestive heart failure. The first and last soldier buried in the same spot. World War I was one of the deadliest conflicts in history, and it's marked by an eerie coincidence. The first British soldier killed in the war is buried in Belgium's St. Symphorien Military Cemetery. So is the last British soldier to die in the war, and the two graves face each other. What's even stranger, this wasn't planned. It just happened to turn out that way. History is full of mysteries, but some coincidences are so strange they make us wonder, is it really just chance or is there something more at play? Either way, these stories leave us with one question: how could these unbelievable events happen so perfectly? If you're fascinated by these jaw-dropping coincidences, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more mind-blowing stories from history.